I bought a lot of parts and pieces of music boxes because in order to fix a lipstick carousel these days, you do have to use recycled parts. I just wanted to show you this one because a lot of people, and I'm slowly learning, so I'm definitely not an expert. But some of the stuff that I did have to learn about is the governor. So this is what we call the governor, and it controls the speed of the music box or your lipstick carousel. If this flywheel is not rotating, then something is definitely wrong with is disconnected. And a lot of times, which I did another short video of just lubing it up with some WD-40. And this is one that I did lube up. And it did, a minute ago, it was working. But right now, it doesn't seem to want to work. But that's okay, it was. A lot of times what I do find is that it is overwound. Somebody got to it and just kept winding it to the point where it's no longer working. So a lot of times what I do is I'll take the back and I'll just unscrew that. And then you can let that unwind a little bit. Sometimes you could push it and it'll unwind. Sometimes you just have to force the wheel a little bit with your finger. See? And I just oiled this one. So sometimes you got to let them sit for a little while after oiling them, because these are old. This thing is probably from well, it's got some plastic on it, so it's not as old as the ones that are all metal. But usually this one does look pretty old. I'm not even going to guess the age, but I'm going to say over 10-15 years. So it's been sitting somewhere. I did clean it, get some dust out of there with some air pressure in a can, and then put some WD-40 on there. And sometimes that's all it takes. And like I said, just lube it up, let it sit for a little while. And I did want to point out that this is the governor. So if somebody says you need to get a new governor, that is what they're talking about. I'm going to show you this. Because a lot of times the governors stop working because this piece in here has broke right there. And once that piece is broke, you got to find another one, which is pretty hard. And I did say I bought this out of a lot. And that was one reason why I did buy them, is to replace some of these parts. This one is all one part. On the older models, you might have just a metal rod and then a plastic piece right here to turn. And a lot of times that plastic gear gets broke. And those are very hard to replace. I've been trying to find them someplace and I'm just not able to do it. A lot of times each music box I find is a little bit different. So it's hard to say, hey, I need a Senko or some other brand and get it fixed, because just because it's one brand does not mean it's going to fit for all of them. And that's all I wanted to share with you today. If you have any questions that maybe you have, or that maybe you think I might be able to help, or just ask people for help, just let me know. Put it down in the comments and we'll visit back to it. And this is just a little tutorial to help people out. I've been trying to learn as much as I can. And like I said, I am still in the learning phases and I do not know everything.